Shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Thimia Halathai, by Shimmer Kakadash, doubling unto the elders, to the apostles of Great Millstone, blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect, noise in the gospel, broad lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Shimmy Hawashai, wherever it may be. It's Aki and Mahalalia coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. As y'all know that GMS KC Prophets Ba is currently terminated due to Esau unrighteous dealings, but that's okay, because the word is going forth, and it is what it is. We have all the videos, majority of them backed up anyway, so if we want to re-upload the videos that brothers may have missed, and we can do that. It's gonna take time, but nonetheless, it is what it is. But anyway, this is kind of what the big bro Malcolm was speaking on earlier about cops not wanting to be part of the force anymore due to all this tyranny and all this wickedness and all this global anarchy that's getting ready to hit. A lot of cops are resigning from the force because they know that they're getting ready to reap what they sow. As the scriptures say, you reap what you sow. All right, so they've been putting the foot up Jake's ass for literally 500 plus years, and all of a sudden, now when Jake is rising up to reclaim their status in the world, and all of a sudden, they want to run and tuck tail between their legs. But hey, nobody escapes from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Nobody escapes from the Lord. Okay, because the scriptures say that the eyes of the Lord is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So, yeah, you may think resigning from the police department and the force is going to help you, but then you got to understand the Lord is going to seek you out, because now these cops, they have a lot of guilt, a lot of guilt on their mind. They're being shamed, and also, killing these Jakes. They know that it's going to be a repercussion for that. It came out that it was going to be a violent summer, like prepare for a summer of violence and uproars, because for one thing, you got the price of foods going up, price of beef rather. Like a brother had a post, it was like a slab of beef ribs or something like that. That shit was like $111, man, which is inflation, because the dollar is being devalued. So with that being said, people, they're getting fed up. Like another brother pretty close with, he's being tried out in the camp. He's doing edifying shows. Good brother, like his spirit. He did a lesson too a couple of days ago, going into how people are just upping and leaving their jobs. People are leaving their jobs, because they're fed of it. They fed up with it. They're underpaid. They're being emotionally taxed. It's not enough work to lifestyle balance. You can't spend time with your families. They want you to work weekends. People are dealing with a lot of pressure working in these corporations, man. And it's to the point that people are getting ready to quit. And Salaki, I got something on my teeth. But people, they're just walking out on their jobs, man, because they're fed up with Babylon. Like even an Edomite dude came out and said, this shit is stupid. He said that you only make enough money in this society just to cover your bare necessities, and that's just the bare minimum. He said you don't make enough money here to even live a life, and that's true, because the scriptures tell you that through unrighteous dealings and gains, riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is transferred from one people to another. So now, man, people just like, what, fuck this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. I'll find another way. And hey, I ain't gonna lie, I thought about saving up enough money and just walking away from my job for good, because I just ain't got. Yesterday, it dawned on me. Yesterday, it was a reality to me. Reality set in, and I was at work. I couldn't do it no more. My body, it just couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in pretty good shape, to the point that my body was so beat and tired. It was so fucking hot, and the Lord was so merciful. He even kept the overcast for the majority of the day, because it was that bad. Nice breeze out, and it felt good because it was clouds, but we supposed to have a heat index of 104. You weren't even supposed to be outside, but the fact is, the devil made us work out there. And when I say that my body couldn't take it, it was literally an effort for me to get in and out of the damn truck. I couldn't take it, man. My body was literally taxed. I'm like, what am I, diabetic or what? I'm like, what the fuck? I feel faint. And I'm like, no, I ain't diabetic. I'm a pretty decent shit. I don't have a fucked up diet. I don't crave sugar. I can go without sugar. I don't need it. But it made sense that I'm mentally and I'm physically drained of this place, man. You know? And I said, I don't know how much more my mind and my body can take dealing with this. So if I feel like that, imagine how other brothers are feeling. And if regular people are feeling like that, imagine how the prophets are feeling. Because there's no hope for America, man. That's why it says here, entire police or Portland police crowd control unit resigns after officer indicted on protest assault charges. Why is that? Because now people are gonna start they're gonna start coming after these cops. Like they passed a bill down there in Texas that you can just conceal and carry, or you can just open carry without any license, no training, no nothing. And why do you think they're doing that? They're doing that because they know that civil unrest is nigh, and they want these people to off each other. Damn. They want these people to literally off each other. Okay, like the purge, so to speak. Because the purge is coming, man. Like next weekend, the weekend after next, the 4th of July weekend, they got something called the Forever Purge, meaning that when the purge, or the annual purge, which I believe is 12 hours, once it ends, basically it's supposed to be over with, but yet these people kept purging, which shows you that they're tired of the schematics in America. Okay, so it says here, members of a specialized Portland Oregon, it says Oregon police unit that deals with crowd control have resigned from the assignment in the mass today after a fellow officer was indicted on assault charges stemming from alleged, it says, illegal use of force during a protest last year. So when he got indicted, right there tells you that, oh, well, all hell getting ready to break loose. That's why they was like, you know what, we're not dealing with this, because now it's to the point people really despise 12. They despise cops. You know, people are despising the Centurions, period, because that's an unrighteous and oppressive organization. And like I said, I got a kernel in my mouth. I'm trying to get it out as I'm talking, so I'm kind of slurring. But anyway, the police force is nothing more but an oppressive task force. It's nothing but slave patrol. They have a history of violence and corruption, and the list goes on. Like Big Bro, and I'm gonna echo the statement. I'm from Chicago, okay, so I know what goes down out there, hands on. I've seen it. I've been in the midst of it. I know that cops are dirty. I know the whole concept of the U.S. government setting crates of guns and behind people's homes and alleyways and thousands of dollars in drugs and weapons just so Jake can kill each other, man. Because a lot of the gang units out there, or the gang task force, a lot of them control the gangs. You know, like to this day, my father was murdered in Chicago. I yet have no doubt in my mind that the police wasn't behind that. I know the police was behind it because when my father and I, you know, it ain't really a secret. We don't talk about it. But my father got killed a block down the street from the police station, which is supposed to have been in a somewhat decent neighborhood. Okay, in a high-profile case like that, and nobody solved it. There's cops written all over there because a lot of my friends, a lot of my father's best friends were basketball players and police officers. He knew a lot. He was heavily tied into the underworld in Chicago, so he knew a lot of people. And the fact that they haven't solved his murder yet, cops was behind it. He got killed 2 blocks down from the police station. So if you know that a big operation was going down around that time and nobody's making mention of it, it's because they was involved in it. You know, and I really believe that to this day. Nobody can tell me different, you know. Anyways, reading on. It says the mass resignation comes a day. It says after the grand jury indicted Portland Police Bureau Officer Corey Butworth on one account of 4th degree assault, a misdemeanor for what prosecutors alleged was an excessive and unlawful use of force during a protest in August 2020. So my guess is he highly beat the shit out of a Jake. I mean, he probably went overboard, you know. And that movie Training Day is a good depiction, even though Training Day has some unrealistic things in there. But you get the concept. That movie Training Day was based on this guy called Officer Rafael Perez. I believe he was a detective for the LAPD. He was a dirty cop. Like if you look at Denzel's Monte Carlo, that license plate stands for Officer Rafael Perez, that old RP. That's what they were alluding to, because basically, man, that nigga was Alonzo. You see what I'm saying? And show you how corrupt the police force is. And this is the reason why a lot of them are resigning, because they know that their chickens are coming home to roost. You know, they know that a lot of people are out for 12. So right now is not the good time to be a cop. You know, like back in the day, they used to have those seminars. The police officers would come around, and then the firefighters, they was telling everybody how those are the jobs to have. The retirement and the pensions are great. And once upon a time they were, but now it ain't even worth the risk. You see, it's definitely not worth the risk. Firefighters, you know, I mean, that's a different story. But even then, you know, firefighters got a little bit more better because they not really in the midst of the bullshit. But then firefighters still are under that umbrella of law enforcement, man. They still under the same umbrella. They still have what they call the blue wall of silence. But for the fire department, I'm not sure what they call it, but they operate under the same jurisdiction. Cops and firefighters are all had to take a Jesuit order, or like a oath, so to speak. They had to swear in secrecy and allegiance, because most cops are Masons anyway. Okay, that's why they wear that blue, which stands for cryptic, and you can look it up. But anyway, it says Barworth, who was at the time was on the Bureau's rapid response team, is accused of striking a woman in the head with a baton in August 18, 2020. It says the demonstration outside the Monomoth building. It says the indictment marks the first time a Portland officer has faced prosecution for striking or firing at someone during a protest. And that's going to become the norm, because, hey, once you protest, they're going to have a different band of troops out there that's just going to open up on you. Because in an hour of martial law, if you get caught outside your house at a certain time, they just going to lay you down. Or if they don't lay you down, they're going to mighty brutally beat the shit out you and throw you head first in a FEMA camp. So I don't know which one is worse. You know, it says here, the officers, detectives, and sergeants on a rapid response team voted to offer their resignation from the assignment at the meeting Wednesday night. Acting Chief Chris Davis said during a press briefing. All right, so yeah, man, this is a bad time to be a cop, because now, you know, civil unrest is at an all-time high. People are losing it, they on edge. The jobs ain't shit. You know, the food is going up, gas is getting ready to go up again. People on edge. Okay, so this is the book of 2 Ezra 6, and I'm gonna start at verses 18. And it said, "Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth." All right, and that's the days we're living in. The Lord is showing these different plagues. Like right now, we're in a heat wave. You know, it haven't been 100 degrees in Kansas City for like the last 3 years, but all of a sudden, you know, now we in an excessive heat wave. You know, and it's pretty damn hot out here. Like I said yesterday, I was feeling faint, and the Lord had so much mercy, because it was supposed to be a completely sunny day, but yet my work hours, it was completely overcast with a beautiful breeze. It wasn't even too hot yesterday. It's just the fact that my body just couldn't deal with it. I just couldn't do it. I felt weak. I couldn't walk barely. I felt like I was gonna faint. I'm like, I'm drinking water. I'm like, I'm not diabetic. And Spirit said, no, you're just mentally exhausted. You're stressed. You're tired. And shit, you're depressed. Being in America will do that to you. Why they call this place bitterness. America means bitterness. So I can see. So I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I had the day off. You know, because I needed to rejuvenate, just to do the bullshit all over again. But like I said, I'm at my wit's end with this society. I don't even want to deal with it no more. And I'm sure brothers can deal with it. They can relate. But reading on, it says here, and I will begin to make inquisition of them when they, that, it says, and it says, and they will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with the unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion should be fulfilled, our captivity, our slavery. That's why you're seeing these plagues. That's why you're seeing these race riots, or these protesters all over the damn place. Because the inquisition of Zion is getting ready to be fulfilled. The Lord is getting ready to give us the kingdom. So in order for that to happen, this kingdom has to be thrust down with violence. That's why the scriptures say, with violence was Babylon brought down. Because it's going to be a violent transition. It's not going to be like the transition between the Babylonians and then the Persians and the Medes. No. Okay, through political means. But even then, there was some type of war. But this case is going to be a lot of bloodshed, a lot of death. a lot of persecution, a lot of confusion. Okay, it's going to be bad to say the most, you know. Anyway, reading on, it says, and when the world should begin to vanish away, shall be finished, then I will show these tokens, and the book should be opened before the firmament, and they should see all together, which is this understanding and knowledge and truth. It says here, going down to verses 22, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right, you know, the prices of gas going up, the freaking the meat markets, everything is getting ready to skyrocket. Okay, what they call inflation, soon to be hyperinflation, because I was reading an article through Tidal, and it says 23 countries dropped the US dollar. So right there, price is gonna go up. You see? So yeah, brothers, man, we in for some harsh times. And it says, and a trumpet should give a sound, and we're blowing the sound of the trumpet. We're blowing the trumpet as we speak. Okay, these prophecies, we're speaking on the things to come, etc. This represents us blowing the trumpet. Okay, but when that real trumpet blows, when those missiles are going to be shot from the different continents to destroy the land of America from point A to point Z. And it says here, which every man heareth, then suddenly should be afraid, because once hell breaks loose in the society, it's going to be pretty much too late for the masses of the people, because hey, through the spirit, they wasn't of the Lord. You know, like I was just telling one of the homies I was just with, man, I went up there to see him, guy by the name of Drew. I was telling him, I said, bro, this truth is not for everybody, man. You can't understand that you can't reach all Jakes. This generation is lost. Like they even did a study. This is the generation that have the less belief in the God or in the power. Even though we grew up with a false understanding of a God, it still puts some type of fear in us and some type of order to a degree. Now, the whole concept of being spiritual about the Bible is totally wiped out. Spirituality now comes in the form of witchcraft, you know, bruja, or what's your zodiac sign type, all that other garbage. That doesn't mean anything. It just brings and heap damnation into yourself. That's it. But anyway, it says, and at that time, friends should fight one against another like enemies, and the earth should stand in fear with those that dwell therein. All right. So going back to the article, it says here, following the indictment, the Portland Police Association said in a statement that Budworth was caught in the crossfire of an agenda-driven city leaders in a politicized criminal justice system. It says the union said Budworth accidentally struck the woman, Terry Jacobs, in the head with his baton while trying to break up a riot, and allegedly Jacobs was interfering with an arrest. Get the fuck, how the hell if you're trying to break up a riot, now you got ways of breaking things up, but if you breaking things up swinging golf clubs, you're not doing nothing but inciting more violence. Like, Jake, we've seen fights, right? And I've broken up fights in my life, you know, and I didn't break up the fight by swinging on other motherfuckers, man. I pulled the two parties apart and, you know, y'all stop fighting. But how the hell you accidentally crack somebody upside their damn skull with a fucking nightstick and say, oh, it was an accident? You was going in there with the intent to harm, because that's what you understand. These cops, in their mindset, we are dealing with a hostile environment. This threat has to be neutralized by all means necessary. So these fucking cops, man, they know what they're doing. That was a completely conscious decision on what he did to crack her fucking skull in half, man. And the Lord got two birds with one stone, because if she was righteous, she wouldn't be out there anyway. You know, now I don't know if she's an Israelite or Edomite, really don't care. You know, but at the end of the day, you women shouldn't be out there protesting anyway, because shit like this happened. So if a cop decides to bounce a fucking nightstick off your goddamn skull, then hey, you shouldn't be out there. That's why we tell Jake, man, hey, them protesters, y'all stay away from that. That ain't our fight. We ain't out there. We protesting this truth, the righteous understanding of the truth. And we do it in peace and with unity with fellow believers, man. But we ain't out there throwing fucking Molotov cocktails and pipe bombs and smoke bombs and canisters. We ain't out there vandalizing 12. You know, like they got these paid agitators who they pay off to go in the city and fuck shit up. No, we ain't on that, man. And if you catch a brother and the truth that's out there doing that, you kick his ass out the camp immediately. Get rid of his ass, because he ain't right, man. The Lord gonna let us get our share of the pudding, man. We just gotta sit back and let it come. It's gonna come. We gonna get our hands dirty, you know, in the spirit of power, how about Shemai Shai, but not the way these people doing. We ain't gonna be out there torching buildings and doing dumb shit. Hell no. That ain't for us, brothers. We were just told to do one thing and one thing only. Teach the word. That's it. And that's Jake's problem. They always want to add more to than what's required. Well, we got to go here and do this. No, the scriptures say go out to the highways and the byways and proclaim them to come in and bid them to the marriage. That's it. You go out there, you get a sign, you get some garments, and you get your scriptures and you teach the word and be done. Don't make it harder than what it is. It's bad enough we got to deal with the adversity that comes along with it. So why, the scriptures say, why afflict thyself on thy own counsel? No. Anyway, it says Jacob's filed a civil lawsuit against the city over her alleged physical and emotional injuries from the incident, which was settled earlier this year for $50,000, according to ABC Portland. She had to be a Jake because only Jake was settled out for this small amount of money. You see, if this was Edomites, man, they would have got millions off that shit. You know, but anyway, wrapping up, it says here, and at that time, France shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Meaning that all things are going to come to a halt. Okay, all things are going to come to a cease. Society is going to be shut down as you know it, which you're going to still have business as usual. But then, for the most part, for the majority of the people, society is going to be at a complete halt. Okay. Let me get one more precept. This is the book of Luke 12 and 49, man. Because Esau is getting ready to be a prey. Scriptures say that he's going to be a prey. That Jake is going to, get their hands dirty on this devil. But anyway, this is the book of Luke 12:49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth. What would I if it be already kindled? So, hey, for all you Jesus peace preachers out there that say, oh, well, the Lord wouldn't come to do that. I just read it. It isn't read. So how do you refute that vocab? Thinking that the Lord is a white man. Man, you was a joke, bro. You just need to just go to hell, bro. All right? Go to the hell that you fucking believe in and just drop dead, man. And with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh by Shemi Shai. And with that, Shalom and the Barber Ball.